And now the shipping forecasts issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 0015 on Sunday the 8th of January. There are warnings of gales in Shannon, Rockall, Malin, Hebrides, Bailey, Faroes and South East Iceland. The general synopsis at 1800, high Biscay 1036, slow moving with little change. New low expected 360 miles west of Bailey 972 by 1800 Sunday. The area forecasts for the next 24 hours. Viking, North Utsira, southerly or southwesterly, veering westerly for a time, 5 or 6. Occasional rain, moderate or good. South Utsira, northeast 40s. Variable 4 becoming southwesterly 4 or 5. Occasional rain, moderate or good. Southwest 40s, Cromarty 4th. Westerly or southwesterly 4 or 5. Occasionally 6 later. Occasional rain, moderate or good. Tyne, Dogger, Fisher. Variable 4 becoming southwest 4 or 5. Mainly fair, moderate or good. Occasionally poor. German Bight, Humber, Thames. North backing southwest 4 or 5. Fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. Dover, White, Portland, Plymouth. Northwest becoming variable 3 or 4. Fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. Biscay, variable 3 in north. Easterly 5 or 6 in south. Fair, good. Trafalgar, South Fitzroy. Easterly or southeasterly backing northerly later 4 or 5. Occasionally 6 in east. Fair, good. North Fitzroy, Seoul, Lundy, Fastnet, Irish Sea. Variable 4 becoming southwesterly 4 or 5. Occasionally 6 later, except North Fitzroy. Fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. Shannon, southwest 4 or 5, increasing 6 to gale 8 later. Occasional rain, moderate or good. Rockall, Malin, south or southwest 4 or 5, increasing 6 or 7. Occasionally gale 8 later. Occasional rain, fog patches for a time, moderate or good, occasionally very poor for a time. Hebrides, Bailey. South or southwest 5 to 7, decreasing 4 for a time. Occasionally gale 8 later. Occasional rain, fog patches for a time. Moderate or good, occasionally very poor for a time. Fair Isle, Faroes. Westerly or southwesterly, backing southerly later, 5 to 7. Occasionally gale 8 for a time in North Faroes. Occasional rain, moderate or good. And Southeast Iceland, westerly 7 to severe gale 9, backing southwesterly 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8 for a time, backing southeasterly later. Rain or showers, moderate or good, occasionally poor. Now the weather reports from coastal stations for 2300. Tyree automatic, southwest by west 3, mist, 6 miles, 1028, falling slowly. Stornoway, south by west 2, 27 miles, 1025, rising slowly. Lerwick, southwest by west 6, intermittent slight drizzle, 3 miles, 1021, falling. Wick automatic, south by west 2, 22 miles, 1024, falling slowly. Aberdeen, northwest by north 1, 24 miles, 1026, falling slowly. Lucas, west 4, recent fog, 3 miles, 1028, falling slowly. Boomer, southwest by west 2, 16 miles, 1029, rising slowly. Bridlington, west-northwest 1, 1030, steady. Sandetti light vessel automatic, northwest 3, 2 miles, 1032, rising slowly. Greenwich light vessel automatic, northwest 3, 1033, rising more slowly. St Catherine's Point automatic, northwest by west 3, 1033, rising slowly. Jersey, northwest 3, intermittent slight drizzle, 1.5 miles, 1034, rising more slowly. Channel light vessel automatic, northwest 4, 1034, falling slowly. Scilly automatic, west by south 4, 13 miles, 1035, rising more slowly. Milford Haven, west by north 2, 300 metres, 1032, rising slowly. Aberporth, south by west 2, fog, 200 metres, 1032, rising more slowly. Valley, southwest 1, mist, 2 miles, 1032, now rising. Liverpool Crosby, southwest 2, mist, 3 miles, 1032, rising slowly. Valencia, southeast by south 2, slight showers, 1 mile, 1033, falling slowly. Ronaldsway, west by north 1, 11 miles, 1031, now falling. Malin Head, southwest 3, 14 miles, 1029, falling slowly. Machrihanish automatic, southwest 3, 5 miles, 1030, falling slowly. Now here's the weather forecast for the inshore waters of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, valid for the following 24 hours, issued by the Met Office at 2300 on Saturday the 7th of January. The general situation: a ridge of high pressure will remain slow-moving over the south of the United Kingdom through Sunday. Pressure will fall on Monday, with a deep area of low pressure moving eastwards to the north of Scotland. Cape Wrath to Rattray Head, including Orkney. Southwesterly 4 or 5, occasionally 6 for a time in north, backing southerly 5 or 6 later, occasionally 7 in north. Occasional rain, moderate or good. Rattray Head to Berwick-upon-Tweed, southwest 4 or 5, occasionally 6 later, occasional rain, moderate or good. Berwick-upon-Tweed to Whitby, west or southwest 3 or 4, occasionally 5 later, mainly fair, moderate or good. Whitby to Gibraltar Point, west 3 or 4, backing southwest 4 or 5 later, fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. Gibraltar Point to Northforeland, northwesterly 3 or 4, becoming variable 3 or less, becoming southwesterly 3 or 4 later. Fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. Northforeland to Selsey Bill, northwesterly 3 or 4, becoming variable 3 or less, becoming southerly 3 or 4 later in east, mainly fair, moderate or good. Selsey Bill to Lyme Regis, variable 3 or less, mainly fair, moderate or good. Lyme Regis to Land's End, including the Isles of Scilly, west 3 or 4, becoming variable 3 or less, becoming southwest 3 or 4 later, mainly fair, moderate or good. Land's End to St David's Head, including the Bristol Channel, variable becoming southwest later, 3 or 4, fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. St David's Head to Great Orme Head, including St George's Channel, variable 3 or 4, becoming southwest 5 or 6 later, fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. Great Orme Head to Mull of Galloway, variable 3 or 4, becoming south or southwest 4 or 5 later, fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. Isle of Man, west or southwest, backing south 3 or 4, increasing 4 or 5 later. Fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. Isle of Man, west or southwest, backing south 3 or 4, increasing 4 or 5 later. Fair, occasional rain or drizzle later, moderate or good. Loch Foyle to Carlingford Loch, west 3 or 4, backing south or southwest 4 or 5, occasionally 6 later, mainly fair, moderate or good. Mull of Galloway to Mull of Kintyre, including the Firth of Clyde and North Channel, westerly 3 or 4, backing southerly or southwesterly 4 or 5, occasionally 6 later, mainly fair, moderate or good. Mull of Kintyre to Ardnamurchan Point, south or southwest 4 or 5, increasing 6 or 7 later, occasional rain, moderate or good. Ardnamurchan Point to Cape Wrath, south or southwest 4 or 5, increasing 6 at times, increasing 6 to gale 8 later, occasional rain, fog patches for a time. Moderate or good, occasionally very poor for a time. Shetland Isles, southwesterly 5 or 6, veering westerly 4 or 5, backing southwesterly 5 or 6 later, rain at times, moderate or good. And that's the Shipping Bulletin. On our Radio 4 handed over control to the Lord of Misrule, John Finnemore, for much of the last 24 hours. If you missed any of that, take a look at Lord of Misrule on the Radio 4 website. But that's all from us for now. We'll hand over to the World Service in a moment. For now, this is Neil Sleat wishing you good night